And a good Monday morning to you. And that means my partner in crime and co-host this morning is, of course, Laura Lee. Good morning, Laura.
Good morning, Miss Becky.
In the hot seat this morning, we are going to be talking about cannot wait for the fireworks and all the excitement. We have Taylor Humphrey, and with the 4th of July consecutive celebration. Yay!
Good morning. Good morning.
There's a lot of words out of that.
It is a lot. We shortened the PCBO so we don't have to say the whole thing.
There you go. Every time I see you, though, Taylor, here's what I think of. Da, 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 da. You know how Darth Vader walks in and has a theme song? That's Taylor's theme song.
I love it.
When I started pulling this morning, I was like, that's
There we go.
Taylor.
Yeah.
We're less than a month away, so that's so exciting. Okay.
Yeah, like 3 weeks.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Okay, now I'm getting nervous.
Me too. Me too.
All right, let's talk about that in just a moment. Laura, let's hit it.
Absolutely. We want to thank Walmart, Meadowview Healthcare, Salem Crossing, Hoosier Upland, Celebrity Home Loans, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Fox Freely Wealth Management.
Yay! Thank you to our great sponsors. Very proud of our sponsors. All right, today is the 13th day of June. Today is National Kitchen Klutzes of America Day. Is anybody a klutz in the kitchen?
My daughter.
Yeah. We say her husband.
Right.
No, just kidding.
I'm lucky. My husband's a good cook. I'm lucky. He does most of the cooking in my house. So it's it's nice. It's nice.
They can do it, and they do wonderful.
Yes.
I mean, men in a kitchen, right?
He's got me spoiled.
I've got a house full of boys. It's always a tornado. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm spoiled.
That's wonderful. This is Random Acts of Light Day. Don't know what that means necessarily. Sewing Machine Day.
Oh, that's terrible. So
I don't know how.
This.
Yeah.
Bad.
Weed Your Garden Day. Oh, it's gonna be too hot. It's gonna be so hot. You gotta be careful out there. Ooh, pulling weeds in the heat. Oh, I hate it.
Yeah, no.
It's just so you have to do it either early morning or late night.
Yeah.
To pull the weeds. Yeah.
Yeah.
World Softball Day. Love that.
I'll be a little hot for that.
Yeah, definitely. So get out and enjoy. And this is National Clay Week, National Email Week, National Flag Week. Ooh, National Shampoo Week. Taylor, are you very picky? You don't have to name drop there. Are you very picky about your shampoo?
Not really. Not really.
So I tried to jump
Laura?
on board with this whole, save the earth with all, not using the plastics and all of this jazz. So I tried the bar shampoo.
I've never heard of that.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, I've never heard of that either.
I really like it. I have a cinnamon one that I ordered.
Wait,
and
explain
it's
it.
awesome.
Now, hang on.
Yeah,
This is
it's like
new.
a bar soap, but it is bar shampoo.
And you just buy it online, or you can get it in the
You
stores.
can get it in the stores too. Yeah.
So wait, hang on. So you just rub it on your head?
Well, I just lathered
Okay.
it up in my hands and then rubbed it in my hands.
That's
You rinse
interesting.
and repeat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. You
I have to have good conditioner. That's the one thing I have to have because my hair is crazy thick
Yeah,
and long.
I have conditioners I have
It's a must.
Yeah, definitely. It's like make sure you have conditioner.
Yes.
But now in the shampoo too, they say that it's really important to rinse and repeat. Yep. Even though I know it says that, but they say that really is something that there's really truth to that.
Yes.
So
Well, and I didn't know, my cousin's a cosmetologist, and she said that you're not supposed to wash your hair every single day. I never knew that. And I'm like, I have to. I can't not, because if I don't, my hair's way out and tangly, and I've got to wash my hair every single day.
Well, let's see. Yeah, it happens like that. One time at the beach, though, how when you're if you're at the beach, it's been years ago, but I was just a few hours away from having dreadlocks. I had not washed my hair. I was like, if I don't get my hair washed in 2 hours, I'm going to have dreadlocks here. We're going to have a different look, okay? Yeah,
I love it.
Some different look going on. This is also Adopt a Cat Month, and I did see our own county humane society and the shelter. Got beautiful kittens out there. So if you're looking for the perfect kitten or a couple of them. Let's see here. I believe that Children's Awareness Month. And I think we're very aware of our children. They make sure that we are aware, right? And Country Cooking Month. So, Taylor, if you were going to cook me a country meal, what would you be cooking?
Fried chicken. Gotta have some fried chicken. Yeah.
What about you, Laura? What would you be cooking?
Probably ham and beans and cornbread.
No.
That's my
Okay.
fave.
All right. Okay. I don't care which night, whoever. Okay,
Food
I'll be
party.
at both. Okay, yeah, I will be at both. Okay, yeah.
Food
I'll
party.
be at both. Yeah, yeah. And I think for some reason, okay, so what would I cook you to? I'd make a homemade meatloaf with mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
I just think that this is just like a comfort. You know
It
what I mean?
is. It's soul, that soul food.
Yeah,
Yummy.
yeah.
Paisley loves meatloaf.
Ooh.
She's not a picky eater,
Well, I
thank
bring
God.
her, yeah,
but
bring
that's
her.
one of her favorite foods.
And if I saw her
she's
dancing around because she liked my meatloaf, that would make me. And
She would. She
I
would.
think there would be dancing going on. You know what I'm saying?
She
so,
would.
so that would make me feel really good. But if you take your mashed potatoes and dip that, take your spoon and make a hole and put that gravy.
Do you put ketchup on your meatloaf?
I do both. I do or barbecue
Well,
sauce.
that's
or,
what I was gonna say. My
yeah.
mom makes hers with barbecue,
Mhm.
and before that, we had never even heard of that before. I actually prefer barbecue over the ketchup, and I never knew for the longest time that was even a thing. So
So
That's good.
so does she use Sweet Baby Ray?
she does.
Sweet Baby Ray is
That's
the
the
best.
best.
Bomb
Yeah.
with it. Yeah.
You
yeah.
use it for
I
everything.
know. Yeah. Yeah. If I was barbecue sauce and I was standing by Sweet Baby Ray, I'd give up.
That's
I
yeah.
wave the white flag.
I'm done. It goes to
But
them.
the thing that I think with meatloaf is I never do it the same. Now I did do this. This kicked up in a notch. I did the beef and then I did pork
Oh,
and made it a kind of a mixture of that and the fan loved
that was probably
Yeah,
good.
so-
I'm a
like
sucker
ground
for pork.
pork,
Yes.
with the beef and it just it was a different texture.
Yeah, I like pork chops and
Yeah.
I like pork probably more than I do like hamburger, honestly. So
Yeah.
that sounds
Our
good.
pork producers, thank you for saying it.
Yeah, right.
Keep it up and you'll get a pork sandwich.
Right, my favorite.
I know. I name drop all the time on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because the fair's coming up.
Yeah.
And
We'll
they'll be doing their grilling and stuff. Yeah.
Yes.
So,
Yep. And we'll have them in Pekin too. So
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're excited about that for sure.
yeah.
So coming up, let's see here. This starts the week prior. They've already started a lot of real quick on the 4th or on the fair. It's odd to have the fair before the 4th.
Yes.
I mean, that's just
because growing up, it was
Always.
always after like the last week of July because school didn't
Yeah.
start so
Right,
soon.
right.
So,
We'd have the 4th of July and then we'd have the fair.
Yep.
You know, but now, so it always is different for me to, even though we've been doing it for a few years now,
Yeah.
I just still in
so
my.
your agenda's like back to back to back to back. to
Yeah,
back. No break for you.
Yeah, but we like that. You know, I mean, definitely the calendar has something every day.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's okay. We like that. It's the way we roll. But so I do want to remind everybody, of course, the Queen and Teen Pageant is Friday, and then Saturday the baby contest. So
Oh, this
you know,
Friday is the teen and
Queen,
Queen.
yeah.
They're doing it together at the same
Yeah.
time. I didn't know that. Okay, well that'll
so
be
that'll
cool.
be this Friday.
Yeah.
And then Saturday will be the baby contest, and it's at the elementary school. And kind of the second verse, same as the verse, is we kind of do it like we do every year.
Right.
Theme is cars, and I want to just put this out there. It can be either cars like Disney cars, or it can be regular cars. And we have John Jones and Eddie Gilstrap. They are sponsoring it.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, so they're helping that. So how apropos, right?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. So yeah. So
Yep.
I thought about asking them to bring a showroom car. You know what I mean? But I don't know how the elementary school would feel about that. You know what I mean?
Just try to squeeze
sure
it in.
I'm sure either Steve Monsinger or John Jones could get a car in there. I imagine
They would
they
work
could
their
back that
magic.
car right in there. You know what I mean, I have no trouble with that. Those cars would be right there.
Yep.
But I don't know how the school
We'll
would
feel
feel
about
about that, right?
Yep.
You know what I
You
mean?
can have them in the parking lot and do pictures.
Yeah, that's cute. That's
The
a good
winners,
idea.
or
Yeah,
have
that's a good idea.
have the leader or somebody go out there. And,
Yeah.
That's not a bad idea.
Well, I have Cheryl. Actually, I have Cheryl Lee who's going to do the photography.
Oh, okay,
So
okay.
she could go out there and do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be a good idea.
So-
Put them in a little like
But probably
Convertible or
the neat
something?
convertibles, yeah. Yeah.
in the back of a truck
If I was
bed.
going to be in a convertible this week, because we've got some heat, indexes, I think I would have to have the air conditioner on too,
yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Would be up.
Yeah.
yeah, they're
Yeah.
saying like super high temps this week.
Dangerous.
Yes.
Danger. And this is a good time to check on anybody that's elderly or anybody that might just.
Make sure your cups are inside with some water and all
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that water out there gets so hot. You know what I mean?
It
Get
burns
pressed-
them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So-
Or even like, the little kiddie pools and stuff, like you have to make sure when you turn the water hose on that it's not hot water coming out at first. Because
Right.
people don't think about that. And then your kids getting burnt when they're playing in their swimming pool. So,
Right. So I thought this was funny. So this morning, okay, I have an English bulldog, but I
yes.
call her the house hippo. Okay, so the house hippo this morning. So I have a baby kiddie pool, and I flipped it over, so that it wouldn't, like, if there was rain this past weekend, I always flip it
Not get
over after
dirty.
it done so it didn't get dirty. She's laying on top of it. Yeah, so it's dented in now. I'll see if
Sweet. She's like,
so
I
I
want
don't
the
know if that was a
water.
signal. Yeah, where's the water? Are we not doing water here? You know what I mean? Yeah.
To sunbathe.
Yeah, that's right.
Got too warm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love
Exactly.
that.
Accommodate me. Do something for me.
We need to bring her in here.
Oh,
I want to see her.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. But,
So cute.
all right, let's jump in and find out. So, Taylor, you've been working hard. So, we've got the fair, Washington County Fair. We're going to have that going on. We'll be talking about that this week. But today we are talking about, which is just 3 weeks away,
Yes.
the 4th of July. Isn't that crazy?
Yes.
Which is such a big celebration and such a when the banner goes up,
Yep.
I get chills.
On June 1st every year, Gary
I know.
Kinzer, he texts me and says, "Banners up."
I know. It's just so
like
awesome.
if you're not going to Pekin, you have to go just to drive through, and then you can turn back around and see it again, take
Absolutely.
a picture,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Yep, Gary Kinzer does that for us every
That's
single
all.
year. I don't even have to ask him. He texts me in like April, May, says, "Hey, I got the banner." It goes to Zinc Signs in Salem,
They do a
and
wonderful job.
they get it together for us, and then it's always up by June 1st. So
I
yeah.
love that.
Yep,
Oh,
it's
it's so cool.
special.
Yeah,
So
definitely. And tell everyone, you are the president.
I'm the president. Yep. This is my 5th year as president and my 9th year actually on the Betterment. So it's a long time.
So is it good to have like those 4 years of learning and just kind of figure it out and seeing how things are kind of done?
Yeah. So I actually started when I won Queen in 2013, and they invited me to come to the meetings, and so I just slowly kind of started coming in, and because I was obviously still in high school. I started the baby contest in 2014, and then I moved away for college until 2017. So I was just coming home mainly on breaks and things like that, and I would still do the baby contest every year. But after I graduated college and moved back home, they kind of suckered me into being president. So it's been a learning curve. Every single year something comes up between COVID. This year we're dealing with construction. So there's always something, but I have a good team, and we make it happen no matter what. So
right. So I do want to talk about that, but going on, let me go back. I want to make sure on this. So sitting there the 4 years though, I'm sure you like had ideas that you thought like you had new ideas, which is good. We love that.
Well, the baby contest, I brought before I was even president. So that was the first, I guess, big thing that I brought. And every year we've had an amazing turnout with that, close to 60 kids. And then just, helping find entertainment, and
which is a big ordeal.
It is.
Like behind the scenes,
it brings
when
a
you
crowd.
have an event like this is a lot.
Yeah. And there's a lot of like legal stuff that I've had to learn because I didn't really know a lot about like state permits and just like insurance stuff, things that they don't teach you even in high school to do for yourself. And then like I had to learn about the taxes and 501c and just different things that I've had to learn over the years. But it's been very helpful, and even other aspects of my life. I'm like, oh, well, this is what we do for the Betterment, so this is how, this will work. But it's definitely made me have to think outside the box, so it's helped better me personally. But I enjoy it. It can be stressful. It's a lot, but overall, I do enjoy it.
Well, I think, like, I'm going to use an example, because I think sometimes, like, because when you do an event, like, okay, so let's say that you had someone to schedule to perform at 1, and then someone else to schedule a performance at 3, and then the 1 o'clocks can't show, so then you have to call the 3 o'clocks and see if they could come at 1, and then the 1 o'clocks, can you make 3? I mean, it's just like
I had to get you last year to help us.
and I will, and I'll be there. Anything, I think we all want, because we want it to be, we know it's so important to our community. And, and this is a wonderful highlight for Pekin to highlight and to show Pekin, you know?
Yep.
And this is a, but in that, behind the scenes like that, people don't know that. They just go there, they sit, and they see which is a blessing for us that get to enjoy that.
Yep.
But behind the scenes, you're nail biting, trying to adjust and make sure, because life happens sometimes, you know what I mean? And we know that that everybody that's coming, maybe something, has come up or something's changed in their schedule. So you have to try to reschedule it.
I told
so Laura, if you ever call Laura Lee and I, to do either a stand up or maybe we'll do,
I want a whole dance.
There we go. We might do it all. We'll fill in an hour. You know what I mean? Yeah, we'll be sweating like,
Right.
but-
Tell them what it might be.
But we always are on standby.
Right?
Well, you know, I mean,
Well, I talked to Jeff Thomas this morning. He's the Pekin Town Marshal,
absolutely
and
wonderful. Rock star.
oh, he is. And we were talking about our plan B for the parade route, because the construction's been a little delayed.
About that too, yeah.
And I told him, I said, we're getting good at these plan B, C's, and D's, and he kind of laughed and he's like, well, that's my job. And I was like, that is true. That is true. So, yeah, we've just kind of had to go with the flow with some things, especially with COVID. But last year, we were kind of nervous for last year as a comeback year, so to speak. And it was amazing. Yeah. So I would say the best rides that we've had in a long time. The fireworks were amazing. Our entertainment was good. We had a huge crowd. And it was nice to just see like the streets packed again, in the parade and everything. So hopefully this year will be even better.
Yeah, yeah. I think everybody was really, and you guys did a good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did a really good job. And I think we got remember you were one of the, the fair. We had the Washington County Fair, and then we had the Pekin 4th. You guys were two big events that the first of the two,
right,
in our area here in our community.
Yep.
And so you guys did a wonderful job.
Thank you. Yeah, you guys did too.
Well, and you have to use you have certain guidelines.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But you also, everybody was in so much need. And these are two big events that are so important that people come home for.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. From all over. Military people we have. I mean, from all over the world. We've had people from Japan. We actually give an award out for the furthest traveled. So you just sign up at the Betterment booth. And there's been we had one from Guam one year. That was kind of cool. So it's always nice to see where they come from. So. We're excited. We're excited. We plan it from August to June, so it doesn't stop.
So tell us about the construction. What will for us coming and
so this is the first official announcement, I guess, of the full route.
Okay, hang on. We love that.
Yeah,
Spill the tea.
Yeah, well, so that's
breaking news.
Yeah. Originally, we were going to have to change the route due to the construction there on 60. However, I talked to Jeff Thomas this morning because I told him, I said, I'm going on the radio. I got to have an answer. What are we doing? So we do have a plan B, but as of right now, the barricades are not up. The stoplights and things are not up right there by like the Pekin Dollar General in the funeral home. So as of right now, we are going to go through the park. We're going to still turn off of Highway 60 onto 3rd Street and go around the park like our normal route. So that's just pray that they just delay it a little bit more. But knock on wood, we don't have to worry about it. However, our plan B would be, instead of turning right onto 3rd Street, we would turn left right there by the fire department and have to go back through like where the town hall is in that gravel area. And that will be rough just because so many people, they sit at the park. It's easy to get like our grand marshal and our opening ceremony people up on the stage as soon as the parade's over, and even the town hall, that people are going to be kind of squashed there too. So hopefully we don't have to resort to plan B, but that is our plan B. Everybody's been asking about it, and we had mentioned it on our Facebook page, like there will possibly be a route change, but we didn't want to say anything official yet just because we didn't really know. NDOT is the ones doing it, not us, so it's not our fault, even though some people think it is, but we promise that it's not. NDOT works on their own schedule, and we just have to follow what they do. I mean, it's a state highway, so
right. And it is they are bettering Pekin. And that's just like with Salem. We always try to say that they could spend that money in other communities. So we are blessed that we are getting work done.
New bridge, like where the
and there's never, and Taylor, no matter what, there's never a perfect time.
No,
like,
there's
always
not.
Something going on that, So if there is changes, we'll have you back on for sure. And which I don't mind you coming back on anyway.
Thank you.
But we will keep everybody informed if there's any changes, so that I don't want somebody sitting there at the Pekin Park and if it goes
and nothing come through.
Because that is tradition.
Yes.
You know what I mean, and that's what we do. What we normally do.
Well, and we have a Facebook page as well. The Betterment has it's the oldest consecutive 4th of July, so we will post updates there as well. And then we actually have a new website this year. It's Pekin4thofjuly.com, and it's 4th spelled out, not just a number. And you can find updates on that as well. And it's actually really nice. Shelby Whitaker put that together for us this year, and she's got like old pictures and things up, and any type of like vendor application, booth rental, things like that, you can find on our website. She's done a really nice job with it. So huge thanks to her.
Absolutely. Yeah, she does a great job too.
She does. Yeah, she's Darlene's daughter, so she gets it well.
Yeah. She kind of was born. It's kind of like kind of born into it.
Yes,
that's
she was.
Yeah. She didn't have much of a choice.
No,
but she does a great job.
She does. Yeah. So we're very appreciative of her, and which I'll say this too, the flea market and the baby contest and the parade sign-ups, they're pre-registration only this year, and they are almost up. So the time is ticking for those deadlines. So go onto our website and get signed up if you want to be in the baby contest, have a booth at the flea market, or be involved in our parade this year.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I think that's, I think that would be, and it used to be where you just showed up.
It did.
But
Yeah.
We got a little, where it was a little bit. Maybe,
yeah. Well, so 2 years ago when COVID, we actually still had our parade.
Yeah.
And that was a big thing. Like, we had to talk to Governor Holcomb himself about that.
This. Yeah.
The town did like a FaceTime type thing with him. And so we had to do pre-registration because they wanted numbers, because you could only have so many people at a certain time in a certain place. So they wanted like numbers and just how we were going to like safely social distance and things like that. So in 2021, our local law enforcement came to us and told us that the pre-registration, it really worked well. It was a lot more organized because even though it looks organized from the outside, at 8 a.m. at Eastern High School, it is very, very hectic. So the local law enforcement told us that really worked well for them, and in all honesty, it worked well for us as well. We give trophies and ribbons and things depending on the category in the parade, and some years we don't have enough, or some years we have too much.
Right.
So this is a way for us to be able to plan accordingly as well.
Yes, and also through COVID, we did learn some things.
Yeah.
That maybe
that worked.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Some that didn't, of course, but some that definitely did, and we had a couple of stragglers last year, and of course, we let them in, but they just weren't a part of the judging because we didn't have, like our classic cars, they automatically get a plaque. So if we were to have one come in late, they may not get a plaque, but we try not to turn anybody down, but we definitely appreciate those who follow the instructions and pre-register. So
well, and it's nice also on budgeting. I think anybody that just think like if you were having a dinner party, you want a head count.
Mm-hmm. Like an RSVP. Yeah.
So that only makes sense, and especially, and you don't want to have at the end. You don't want to have a lot of extra trophies. You don't want to have extra. Everything.
Yep.
So
some things we try to reuse if we don't put like the year on them. So like baby contest ribbons,
that's a good idea.
We just don't put the year on them, and then we can reuse them. But the trophies for the parade, or like your plaques, people kind of like to have the years that they won and things like that. We do Stephanie Sabins at Hoosier Trophies, and she's so good to work with. So anytime we have any leftover stuff, she tries to work with us and
recycle.
So that we're not just throwing them away or anything.
Right.
But yeah, it does help, and like I said, we try not to turn anybody down, but sometimes we have to. The good thing this year is we can have candy, so that's kind of a change this year, But of course we can't like throw it hard or whatever. Everybody needs to be extra careful. No throwing like
we like to be bombed.
Yeah, right. Give Becky all the candy right there across from the old bank. As far as like popsicles and things, actually last year I got hit by a popsicle. I was standing outside.
Did you really?
Yeah, and one of the people threw them. Right.
Trying to be a male. Trying to get your attention.
It was a local business float. But I was like, hey, don't throw the popsicles. So if somebody wants to hand those out,
oh my goodness,
they hit me square in the back. So yeah, that's something for us to kind of be careful with. If you're handing out water or popsicles, just go to the person and hand them out. Hard things. There's still no walkers this year. Besides, of course, for the bands, but if you are handing something out, you can stand outside your float and walk along with your float. But we hope next year that we will have full walkers. But we're just kind of playing it by ear this year with the walkers, especially if there's a parade route change, because the walkers may not know where to walk and all that stuff, and it'll be so congested. We don't want a lot of people walking in like the town hall parking lot. We'd rather them be in their floats. So hopefully next year that will be something that we can officially bring back. So
and then walkers have to really, keep up. Because that's like a lot.
And it's hot. It's so hot.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
I don't know how the band does it, and especially because they're normally in their nice outfits and carrying their instruments, and oh gosh, bless them, because they always do such a good job, but it's so hot.
They do, I know.
So we even have like the Legion, the American Legion in Pekin now, like we even let them ride in a vehicle and hold the flags.
That's nice. Yeah.
But, it's just so hot, and they're always dressed up so nice, and so you'll see a lot of things coming back this year, and just a couple of things that hopefully we can bring back officially next year. So we're excited though.
All right, who is the
Grand Marshal?
Yeah.
So
drum roll, please.
Yeah, Dr. Cardi and Kimker are our Grand Marshals this year. Yes, both of them. Yep.
Well played.
So Dr. Cardi actually delivered me. So I'm like, you did a good thing for the community.
Look at that.
So yeah, they're both going to be our Grand Marshals this year. Our theme is
good for them.
Oh yeah.
Okay, good for them.
Well, Built to Lead, called to Serve.
We are so blessed to have them in our community.
Yes.
All the time.
And they, like Dr. Carter, she went to Pekin and everything,
definitely.
but they still do like high school physicals, free physicals at the school, and they're so involved within our community. And then, when you think of like Washington County doctors, that's who you think of, So, but it went right along with our theme of Built to Lead, Called to Serve. They're just good servants in our community. So we'll be honoring them. And their daughter, Katie, she's actually singing this year, like after they get inducted. So I think that's kind of cool. She does. And it'll go just, it's like a whole family affair type thing. So it'll be really nice. So we're excited to have them. They always come to the fort. They always watch it. So they'll get to actually be in the parade this year. So.
Oh, I'm super excited.
Yeah.
Well played. Very good.
Yeah.
Good job.
So we're excited. Yeah, it'll be a good show.
Definitely. Yeah. If anybody's got, I'm just thinking, how when you're, I'm not a doctor, no one can play one on TV, but I think every time you go out, somebody's going to ask you, like, I have this sore here.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just thinking, I bet during the parade route, right before the parade starts, I bet people will be saying, I have this pain here or whatever. Right? Yeah.
That parade might last a couple hours because people's going to run out. Can you look at this?
Like, nope. I'm going to have to put them on, like caution tape around them. Yeah. Stay away from the doctors.
This is a fun, I was going to say that's so funny. That's great. Respect them. Yeah. Oh, you know it. Oh, I don't think they go to the grocery store that somebody's not saying something.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Probably. Yeah. And when they have time, they work so much. It's insane.
Yeah.
I'm friends with Dr. Carney on Facebook, which, like I said, she's my doctor. And, like, she'll be there till 9, 10 o'clock, or she's at home and she'll talk about she's charting, and they just don't slow down. They don't slow down. I have so much respect for them.
Me too. I'm with you. 100%.
Good people.
Everything you feel, I feel too.
Yeah.
And Laura does too. Yeah. So we are. Yeah. Very
good. Good people.
So,
good people.
All right. So then, and the parade starts at
10 a.m. 10 a.m.
It's so funny.
Rain or shine.
Always.
Yep.
It's still. What time is the parade?
Oh yeah. When is the fireworks? We get that. Yep. Fireworks are always the night of the 3rd after dark. And then the parade lineup starts at 8 a.m. and we go at 10 o'clock. So, yes.
You guys are really on. You're on point too. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know if it's so much like we have to as it is keeping the tradition. You know what I mean? Like,
definitely.
it's just like a 10 a.m. thing. We're leaving at 9:59. Jeff lights up his lights, and it's time to go. I felt really bad last year. We had a news station from Louisville, and they were wanting to do an interview with me, and they didn't get there until like 9:55. And I had to cut the interview short with them. And I told them, I said, hey, I got 4 minutes to talk to you. And
we do not, yeah.
Yeah, we had to cut it short because Jeff was turning on his sirens, ready to go, and it was 9:59. We had to leave the parking lot. So
well, I had the WSLM Fun Bus, which is
Yes.
the hippie bus, the Volkswagen, and like it is really a Herbie, you know, the love bug. You know what I mean? Like,
Yes.
I mean, it's like I have to respect this. You know, no, I mean,
Come on.
yeah, and like you have to baby her. I mean, she is not. You know, I mean, she is a princess. She's a pavement princess. You know what I mean? And so. Like the parade was going and she would not go. She was like, nope, because she drove all the way to Pekin and she wanted to rest a little bit. You know, she didn't catch her breath. She's older. You know, I mean, she's an old lady. So I was like, you know, I mean, that we were like pushing me, trying to get me to start.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
Yeah, but we got
You
in
did
there.
it.
Yeah.
Good.
But for whatever reason, the parade route,
Uh-huh.
usually at the park, she's like, I'm done. You know what I mean? Because, you know, you stop and you go. You know what I mean? And she's just not about that
Not ready
lifestyle.
for the finish line.
Which works out wonderful because I can park there.
Yep.
Then I can go do some stuff and then come back and Pavement Princess is ready. She's ready. She's cool.
Yeah.
Ready to go.
I did not realize that. See, because I don't really get to watch the parade.
No.
So I didn't realize that
Yeah,
you.
she's in there. She was in there. She
Yeah.
made it. She made the scene.
That's awesome.
But let me tell you, she's like, she's just,
We're gonna have to do it one year together.
Oh, it's
And then,
hilarious.
yep.
It's so funny.
Put Brad out there and to do your job, and then you guys will be in the parade.
So funny.
You might, one has to steer, one has to push, maybe. Just say, come on.
Just give her a little bit of push. And she'll, whoa, okay, yeah. I think of like an old lady, like you give her a push. Okay,
There you go.
Ready to go. Yeah. But anyway, so and it's funny also like going to Bloomington, the rolling Bloomington's really like healing.
It is,
you know, and she, you know, going up.
Oh, you take it to Bloomington?
Yeah, the IU, like to the tailgate.
Oh,
tailgate
okay,
of IU,
okay.
So she likes to do that.
Yeah, that's a long drive for her
She
then.
likes, but she goes to Louisville too. Yeah,
Really?
She goes north or both ways. Yeah.
That's awesome.
But
I didn't know
boy,
that.
when she gets there, she's ready for a
She's
rest.
done. Needs a nap. Needs a nap.
Yeah, but okay. Anyway, going back to the parade. Okay, so
Yeah. So then.
let's kind of do the format of how we go. We got the parade starting off. Okay.
Yep. So that's on Monday, July 4th. So I'll actually go back just a little bit.
Let us know everything going on.
So Friday, July 1st, that will be our setup for food vendors, flea markets, the rides, Homeland Security and the health department will be doing their inspections all that day. So there won't be a whole lot going on then. And then Saturday, July 2nd, we will have Spin Around Sound. There are DJs, and we've had them there. I feel like this is the 3rd or 4th year now that we've had them. They're out of Sellersburg, and they will be there from 12 to 5 on July 2nd. And then from 12 to 7:30 p.m., the food court, the flea market, and Bluegrass Rides and Games, they will be open. We have the baby contest at 12:30 that day on Saturday the 2nd. Like I said, that is pre-registration only, and the deadline is coming up at the end of this week. So go on to www.pekin4thofjuly.com and you can sign your baby up for that. It's $20 a baby.
And tell us more. Is that it's an inside, so it's air conditioning?
No, it's out on the stage.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah, it is out on the stage. So it is a little hot, but we call them up like by categories. So you can go in the shelter house if you need to cool down, or you will be like under the pavilion area if you need to be.
Yeah,
it is shaded. Yeah.
So
But it is hot. That's why I say don't dress them up in crazy outfits because it's hot. So.
Right.
We see a lot of moms like strollers, and their babies have like the little fans on the little squirt gun things.
Yeah.
So those are nice.
Yeah. And then is there a theme? Is it just 4th of July, or is it?
So the overall theme of the festival itself is the Built to Lead, Called to Serve, but red, white, and blue is completely fine. Or if your child has something like they like that they want to dress up as, that's fine too. The outfits are just a tiebreaker. So babies are judged on their personality and if they're up there happy and dancing and interacting with the judges, that's what they're judged on. So
Yeah, Laura said hers won twice.
Oh, really? Oh, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
and you've had a winner before.
I have. Yes. Yes.
I've had winner before.
Yeah. And you're getting ready to have another grandbaby. When is she due?
July.
So after the
we'll
fourth
have-
baby,
I don't know, maybe on the fourth. Would that be fun?
that was little firecracker baby.
We talked about a firecracker baby.
Yes.
That'd be great.
So this year we have 2 new contests, which is kind of exciting. This is the first year, so we're praying that it goes well. We have, I believe, 12 contestants throughout both of the contests. But we have, it's called the Little Miss and Mr. Firecracker and Little Miss and Mr. Dynamite. So ages 7 to 9 and then 10 to 12 are the categories for those. We've always heard, well, when can my kid be in again, and we did just have it from Prince and Princess, which was 4 to 6, and then we didn't have anything else until Queen Contest. So we tried to squeeze something in there, and they got cute little names. So I think that's fun.
That's adorable. Now, do you need to pre-register for this too?
That deadline is already up. So, yep. So we have 12 kids for that.
Wow.
So, yep. For the first year, not too bad, trying to get it out.
Yeah.
So Tisha Coles, who is also our parade chairman.
And we want to say shout out to her.
Yes. She is the one that's coordinating that. So that's exciting. And then we are planning to have a band from 5 to 7:30. We're still working out the nitty gritty on that, so I can't really announce them yet. Just checking like insurance stuff and all that. But we plan to have a band from 5 to 7:30 p.m. And then that will be the end of the second.
Okay.
So then the third, starting at 12:30, everything opens. Sunday the 3rd. Yeah. So. We don't have anything like that morning or anything, just because church hours and things like that. But
and you've always been very respectful of that.
Yeah,
that's good.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of people in our community, they go to church, or even, it's the weekend of the 4th, so they may be having some type of gathering or fellowship with their families, and we still want them to be able to come to the 4th, but still be able to do their own thing as well. So 12:30, we'll start everything, and we'll have a spin around sound, our food court, flea market, and our rides will be open. George Browning is the coordinator for our 3-on-3 basketball again this year. And registration, that will be the day of. That's not pre-registration, and that starts at 12:30. And I believe it's $30 a team.
That's always been really successful.
Yeah,
that is popular.
That was one of the things that before I became president, we didn't have that. It had gone away, kind of.
Yeah.
And then we just kept hearing, please bring it back. And George Browning, he offered to take over for us. So very thankful for him, because people are excited to have that back. 1 o'clock is when that will start. And then that will kind of be going on throughout the day. But the park may be a little dead, just because we don't actually have any entertainment again until 7 o'clock. Again, for, late night church services and stuff, since it's on a Sunday.
Food be going?
Food, rides, flea market. Yep, that'll all be open soon. Yep.
Don't count us out on that.
Right. I can't wait. So I'm excited.
Super excited.
So they treat me, those food vendors treat me pretty good there.
I bet they do. Yeah.
I appreciate it. So 7 o'clock until 10 o'clock, we had the Wax Factory, which we actually had them last year, and they went over really well. The first half of their show, they do just their regular show, but then the second half, they actually do a full contact karaoke with the band. And so people get to sign up. They sign up, I think, through like a Facebook link. The Wax Factory is the one who actually puts that together. And then the band plays the music, and the lead singer kind of helps like keep the karaoke person on tempo and everything. So that will be kind of cool to see again, because last year we ran out of time, and people were still like, I want to do it.
Yeah.
So we're excited to see that again. And then 10 o'clock or right at dark, the fireworks by straight shooters will happen. So,
and they are so awesome.
they're
I
good.
think it was last year that I went behind the scenes and saw them, setting up.
Yes.
You talk about professional.
They have it to
Taylor,
a T.
they do. They have it down to a science, and they're like a family.
Yes.
They just, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's just awesome.
And Paul and Tim, the owners of Straight Shooters, they actually joined the Betterment. So they've just been a
so cool.
huge asset to us. They made our picnic tables that you'll see out, our new picnic tables. They made those, I guess 2 years ago. They had made those, and they're so nice. And they made like 20 of them, which is a huge help, because, there's not a whole lot of seating throughout everywhere. I mean, we have the pavilion, but and then the town of Pekin is actually going to be adding some picnic tables and things as well. But they did a nice job, and they have like a little plaque on them that say they're property of the Betterment, and they're just really nice. But they're a huge asset, and they're smart. Fireworks have gone up. The cost of them, especially the cost of shipping and shipping delays. So I mean, they're on it, and they're very honest with us, and it's like, hey, this is what's going on, this is what we need to do. Yeah, they really are. That's perfect. That's perfect. I didn't think about that. They definitely are. So they actually ordered some of our fireworks like last year. I want to say in like October they made their first order. So they make sure we had enough for this year.
Yeah. So they do a wonderful job, and behind the scenes, I just say they are just so professional and so
safe.
Yes, I know, and that's so good. This is the way to do it. This is the way to do it. You don't have any injuries. Just go and enjoy. And they always put on a beautiful show.
They do. And we pay for a certain amount of minutes for them to do. They always go over it. They give us the absolute best that they can. So
the finale is just like, oh my goodness.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Last year, which I think every year is good, but last year everybody's like, that was the best ever. It was good. Yeah. It was good. I timed the Thunder over Louisville fireworks this year just to kind of see how, and they were right up there together, and I'm like, we got our own little thunder going on in Pekin.
So I think it's wonderful.
Yeah, so that will be the night of the 3rd, and of course, if people want to picnic or do anything, we still have the horseshoe out and things like that. So. And then, Monday the 4th is our parade day. So we'll do, after the parade, we'll do the opening ceremonies. And then, of course, everything will open around noon. And we say times are subject to change just because sometimes we may run a little ahead of schedule or a little behind. But we're assuming around 12 o'clock on the day of the 4th, all the rides and the food and stuff will open. And then we'll do Dollars for Scholars.
Love that. That's wonderful.
It is. It's nice. And to see the community be able to help all these, students and young adults. And every dollar counts when you're going to college or even commuting. If you go to, let's say, IUS or Ivy Tech, just even the gas money to help you get down there.
Laura's in school right now.
It's rough.
Yeah, it is.
And so any amount helps. So it's nice to see those kids, get awarded for their hard work. And then our Prince and Princess contest, Darlene does that, and that's at 2 o'clock, and followed by the Queen contest at 4 o'clock. And then that's it. We say the Queen announcing is about 5 o'clock, and that ends our festival. We have 14 girls this year.
Yay.
So maybe a little over an hour, but Darlene, she tries to keep it, go and on schedule. But we have 14 girls, and then for the Prince and Princess contest, we have a decent amount. I feel like there's 11 or 12 little kids. So it's exciting, and that is it. That'll be the 192nd celebration, and on July 5th we'll start planning the 193rd.
You get a day to rest.
The 5th you better rest on the 5th. You get it on the 6th.
I always say I'm going to take a long nap, and I'm going to turn off my phone, but then it's you just have so much going through your head that you're replaying. Well, this went well, or we need to change this, or I want to do this next year, and so you're texting. I'm always texting everybody hey, what do you guys think about this, or is this okay?
And that's when it's fresh on your mind. That kind of stuff is and that is to write it down, but to give yourself a break a little bit. Because it's always wonderful, and we as a community are very, very appreciative of it, and it's. When you go there and you get to enjoy the food, the fellowship, the entertainment, and all the stuff, and then it's such a blessing that we have this, that, for you to put this on. For the Pekin Betterment to put all this on, and it's the 4th, it's called the...
Honestly, it could be called many things. So we're the Pekin Community Betterment Organization, and then our celebration is the longest consecutive 4th of July celebration.
Okay.
So,
well, either one.
Yeah, yeah,
all of the other.
yep,
Yeah, we're very grateful.
yeah, the
Yeah.
Pekin 4th. Yes, there we go.
We're
Yeah.
very thankful
Yeah.
for this. We're very thankful because there is a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
A lot of new things coming up and
Yeah.
new people.
And well, that's what I was going to say. I mean, we only have 10, 11 members, you know, and
oh wow,
that's a lot for just such a big festival. That's not a lot of people to go into it. I'm not sure how big the fair board is, but I know it's not that big.
No,
and it's it's a lot of work, and we're all in it. We're all in it for
volunteering.
Yes, but it is a lot of
and that's
lot
something
of work.
we need to remind everybody.
Yeah.
You know, that everybody's volunteer.
Yes,
and
we don't get paid for
no,
this.
no, and we do it because we love our community.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we really want it to be the success
Yeah.
and to actually highlight our community.
Yeah. Well, and the tradition of things, and it's just so nice to see families together and enjoying themselves, because I think nowadays it's not uncommon to get so caught up in life or always being on your phone or social media or work. People work themselves to death, you know? And I think for the fair and the 4th, that's a perfect time to go enjoy that corn dog with your family and go, hear that music or see that pageant.
Yeah.
And just to really enjoy yourself, and just have a break, a little weekend break is nice. And we talked, before, people travel to come to this. So that's very special to have all these people traveling. And so it's, 200 is not far away for us. So we hope to get bigger every single year, and then come 200, hopefully we'll just have a huge celebration.
Yeah.
So that's the goal. But it takes time, it takes help, and it takes a lot of money. So we're nonprofit. Everything that we do is by grants and by just these local businesses supporting us. And I do have some people that I'd like to thank, if that's okay. It's actually kind of long because, like I said, we have a lot of people who help us. So our platinum donors, the donors of the Washington County Community Foundation, the Washington County ARP Task Force, Telemedia, Worley Lumber Company, RL Plus Parts. Our gold donor is First Harrison Bank. Our silver donors are Hillcrest Pallets, H&L Door Service, Mid-Southern Savings Bank, Hughes Taylor Funeral Homes. Bronze donors are MJ Auto Sales, Pearly Farms, John Jones Auto Group, Silver Fox Cafe, Nana's This and That Shop, Triple G Gun Gallery, Stahl Communication, Mosier Family Chiropractic. Our special donors are Becky White and WSLM Radio, Shelby Whitaker, Photography by Michaela, Parton's and Son, Paul Rutherford, Eddie Gilstrap Motors, and the Salem Leader. And then other donors are Mount Motors, Sandy's Custom Cakes, Billy Martin's, The House of Bounce, TNS Auction Service, Florence's Flowers, Hoosier Trophies, Tina's Pizza, Marshall's Fireplace Shop, Vivian's Sheer Magic, Main Street Meats, Stillman's Grove, Sullivan Feed Mill, The Feed Store, Marshall's Smell Goods, Salem Speedway, Smokehouse, which is going to be their first place. It's Top Notch Barbecue, but they're changing their name to Smokehouse, and we will be their debut at the Pekin 4th for the new name. The new Washington State Bank in Borden, Focus Eye Care Center out of Sellersburg, the Salem Papa John's, Cotton Gem Enterprises, Cooley's Heating and Air, and Zinc Signs. So thank you to all of them. We've been blessed with some of the grants. I was able to apply for grants this year, which was kind of a new thing for me. That's in the 9 years that I've done it, that's the first time that I've done that. And we've actually applied for some more. We're just waiting to hear. Working with the town hall, Jaden Stone, he's amazing. And he always lets me know when a grant, is coming up that we can apply for. So we're trying to get a new basketball court, paved, and new goals and everything. So be on the lookout. That might be a change for next year that we'll have.
Awesome.
But we're definitely working on that, and we're always trying to work to better the park itself.
beautiful park.
It is, and they have new equipment, and
we love the play. I mean,
yes,
really,
and it's all from these donors and the grants.
Yeah.
So we really really appreciate all of our sponsors and advertisers. You and we appreciate it.
Well, we love to do it.
Yeah.
But it's so like behind the scenes, like all the trophies, the ribbons, the all of the events. Like it costs money.
A
like,
lot.
a lot of money for the fireworks. I mean, this is stuff and it's all free to us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And that's such a huge blessing because I just really want I just want to put that out there. Because you have volunteers that are all working.
Yeah.
And to have this big event for everyone, for us to all come and enjoy and be a part of, and we don't have to, and we're getting more with gas prices, and I'm not trying to be. But more people are staying home.
Oh, yeah.
Things to do. The staycations are more popular than ever. And when you have these events where you can load the kids up, put them, in their jammies, and and watch the fireworks as a family.
Yeah.
Those are, that's wonderful event.
Yes. Yeah. And it's just get out and do it. These are your kids are going to remember this.
Oh, love that.
Hazley is 3, which my youngest baby. So last year when I was here, I was pregnant, and Amelia, she will be 7.5 months this year. So
cute.
She'll be in the Grand Marshal vehicle with us too, just like Hazley was at 7 months old. Was her first 4th, but. This morning, actually, she's like, "Mommy, I come with you to the Pekin 4th," and I'm like, "Honey, it's not the Pekin 4th yet." But she's 3 and she remembers it,
Sure.
So, try to start them young and give them something to look forward to, because my hope is that one day Hazley and Amelia will be able to bring their family to it. So. I always say they can take over it.
I think they'll be doing more than coming. I can look at my crystal ball and see. But I'll be interviewing them someday. Or
right.
maybe, one of my.
Or your kids will be interviewing my kids.
Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Somebody will be interviewing somebody, I believe.
But I'm sitting with your kids too.
There we go. Yeah. But going back to going back to the tradition, I kind of want to go back over that real quick, the history, because when this was started, it was everybody, the horse and buggy, you're talking almost 200 years ago.
Yeah. And trains.
Yeah, trains, and they would bring people, and people would pack these big picnics, lunches, you know what I mean? And it was a time of laying out the blankets and fellowshipping and having the chicken, and I always do this real quick in my head, but I think about that lady, and I don't know why, maybe I'm not trying to stereotype, could have been a man. But I think
early in the morning,
at 4 a.m.
Yeah,
frying some chicken, right?
Yep.
Frying some chicken, putting it all together. Making the potato salad or whatever.
Yep.
Putting all that together.
Couldn't just call JC back then.
No,
Walmart having chicken.
Yeah. So you have all this stuff. You're putting it together, and then I know that my game plan would be having all that ready, and then waking the kids up.
Yep.
Getting them halfway dressed or loaded up, putting them on a wagon. And then waking the husband up.
It's time to go. Rise and shine.
Everybody loaded, and then the husband.
Yep.
Anyway, waking the husband up, and then making sure he has coffee because he's going to drive this wagon.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Because I fried the chicken, you can drive the wagon.
Yeah.
You can drive the wagon.
Or if you're like my husband, he don't like for me to drive. He's got to drive everywhere.
Yeah. See, I don't know. After I rethinking that, I might be the driver. I don't know. Anyway, I don't know. But anyway, so you drive the wagon into Pekin, and you load everybody up, and you lay out the blanket, and you lay out the food, and you have this big picnic, and you fellowship.
Yep.
You play games, you fellowship.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And all of that.
They didn't have the rides and stuff, back then, or even the fireworks.
No,
to be honest,
right.
It was all about being with one another and just enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, like the fireworks and everything are nice, but that was one thing about the COVID year for us. We had to get rid of all of that, but it was just a reminder to not take things for granted as far as the rides and the extra food. And we told everybody, make this the year that you come out and have the picnic with your families and just really truly enjoy that time with them. Sure. Because you don't get back time. I mean, you don't. And it's just a simple reminder and to just enjoy the simplicity of things. And so while we are very thankful for our food vendors and fireworks, everything that we have, we're very thankful for them. But just enjoy the time with your family and don't take it for granted. We're not promised tomorrow. So even though we plan to have a 193rd celebration, just enjoy it this year and soak in that time with your family. So that's one thing about being a volunteer is, my girls spend their weekend, this will be Millie's first, but they spend their weekend at the Fourth. The Fourth is where their family, my Nana comes, my mom comes, they come there to help us with the girls and things while I'm on stage, and my husband's with them. And, so they don't know what it's like on the 4th of July to go to like family cookouts or swim parties or anything like that, So we try to make it what we would want for our kids too, and that's just like Darlene. She grew up on Main Street. Her dad, bringing her, and it was actually right out her door, I guess you could say. And now, she has her kids, and this will be Blair's, her granddaughter's first time. So they'll be sitting there on Main Street, and it's just a tradition of things. So most of our members, they've lived in Pekin their whole life, so this is like all they know, so to speak. So Tisha, she's from Tennessee, but we conned her into coming here. She did. So we conned her in, but pretty much everybody else, they're from Pekin. So
I think and I kind of go back over explaining, this is the oldest consecutive
1830 is when it started
in the whole world. This is huge to have it right here with us.
In Washington County. And I've even had people reach out to me because they're like, how is it the oldest? There is actually a festival. I believe it's in Illinois. Don't quote me on that. But the guy had emailed me and he was like, they started before you. And I was like, I get that, but we're actually the longest consecutive. So that's what makes us different. Even though they started their original festival, they have not had it consecutively every single year. And we have, even through COVID, because we were ready to walk through Main Street if we had to and stay off the state highways, if we had to keep it. So just to get that consecutive status. So we are the longest consecutive, and that's what makes ours so special from everywhere else since 1830. So
that's pretty awesome.
Long time.
The show will go on, right?
It will go on, rain or shine.
Yeah, exactly. All the different people that you posted and all the different areas that it came to see. I mean, that's
We
very
like I said, with 200 just right around the corner, it's kind of crazy to think about. So. We're always looking for volunteers. We meet every third Thursday of the month at the Pekin Park Shelter House at 7:30 p.m. We won't meet in July or August. It's just officer meetings, but starting in September, we'll meet again. We're always looking for feedback, and if you know a local entertainer or anything like that, we really prefer local because our community gives back to us. We want to give back in return. Which, speaking of giving back in return, we have helped sponsor a blessing box that is getting ready to be set up in Pekin. I believe they have one on, is it near Water Street here in Salem? So we're going to now have one in Pekin, and they're building it right now and getting it put together. So at the 4th of July, at the Betterment booth, there will be the blessings box, they're going to have a little booth themselves right beside the Betterment booth, and they will be collecting items for anybody who wants to donate anything. And it can be like toiletries, non-perishable food items, clothing, just basic things for someone to be able to come. They were donated some Bibles, so they'll have Bibles in there, and that's something that is going to be really nice for Pekin, especially, right now, people are struggling right now. They just really... It's a rough time for our economy and our little small town community, and so it'll definitely be a blessing to some, is our hope. So so anybody, or if you want to even donate to that, because we can buy bulk things off of Amazon or things like that. So if anybody wants to donate just specifically to the blessing box, they can get in touch with me as well.
Love
So,
that.
yeah.
Awesome. Thank you for that. For
Yeah,
sure.
absolutely.
Time runs by so fast.
It does. I know.
On here. You
Yes,
come back.
I will
okay?
come back. I will
And
come back.
We'll go back over everything.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
remind everything.
Yeah.
Everybody. But my goodness, Taylor, it's just around the corner.
I know.
Crazy.
I know. It's the sleep is far few in between right now.
Yeah, but you got this. You got this.
Yeah.
For
Yep.
sure.
So
Well,
we're
thank you so
excited.
much. All right. Pekin 4th of July, and it's going to be a fun-packed weekend.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thanks for having us.
Thank you. All right. Laura, let's thank our sponsors.
Absolutely. We have Walmart, Meadowview Healthcare, Salem Crossing, Fisher Upland, Celebrity Home Loans, Dr. Black's Eye Associates, Dr. Mindy Gunn, and Fox Curly Wealth Management.
Okay. Thank you to everyone. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday.
Happy
Thank you,
Monday.
Taylor Humphrey
Thank
and Laura
you.
Lee. Thank you.
Operated business, and they've been serving you now for over a century. And as the fifth generation of the Martin family business, our family still tries to spend each day making you, our customers, number one in both sales and service. Billy Martin Store carries a complete line of home furnishings, appliances, and floor covers that should meet any demand that you have. Billy Martin Store sells to you every day at low prices, whether you're building or just replacing. We service what we sell, and we will continue to the best of our ability to stand behind you if a problem should occur. So now that you have the facts, why not make your next purchase from a family that does care about your needs and will be happy to serve you in any way? So check us out, tell your friends, and drive on down to downtown Martinsburg, or feel free to give us a call at 967-3997, and we'll be glad to help
John
you.
Jackson and members of the community would love for you to join them for a special community prayer service with the theme, If My People, a call to prayer on Sunday, April the 3rd at 2 p.m. at the Scottsburg Courthouse Gazebo, Lexington Ball Field, and Austin Broadway Park. The messages will be about giving hope, strength, and encouragement through prayer. And don't forget, Friday services at Turning Point Church at 6 p.m. on Friday, April the 15th. Please attend a local church for the resurrection services on Sunday, April the 17th.
Papa John's Epic Stuffed Crust Pizza is back, and you can get a one-topping pizza for just $13. The Epic Stuffed Crust delivers on taste and quality, starting with Papa John's original dough and then hand-stuffed with extra cheese, topped with our signature pizza sauce, more cheese, and the topping of your choice, and then baked to a gooey, crispy, golden goodness. Pick any of the Papa John's toppings to make this the best pizza ever. And don't forget to try the Parmesan-crusted papadillas, now available with the Philly cheesesteak papadilla, barbecue chicken and...
Warning. This program may be found offensive by pencil-pushing, bean-counting, research-loving program directors and radio consultants. Welcome to the Rick and Papa Experience.
It is 6 minutes past the hour. My goodness, Rick, you just gonna post them all on me. All right, so we got the dreamers this season. Edge 14, we got you down on your knees. So alive, busy still saying from the No Name Studio on the bleeding edge of technology. It is the Ricky Bubba Show. 28 years, baby. Still here. Excited about this week. We told you Gridiron Men's Conference coming up this weekend. But also, that'll be done about lunch on Saturday. Here's some other things going on involving themanchurch.com. You know, Father's Day week big for men's ministry. Kevin Derryberry will be out on Thursday night, First Baptist Church, Opelika. They're doing the men's discipleship strategy from themanchurch.com. If you want to go see Kevin Derryberry, he's got a great testimony. And, of course, he's an outstanding musician and singer-songwriter as well. That's going on this Thursday night in Opelika. Coming up this weekend, a breakfast on Saturday in Homewood, Alabama, at Homewood Church of Christ. They're kicking off the men's discipleship strategy. Brian Gunn will be there. They're just getting started. So that happens on Saturday morning. Then on Sunday morning, Scott Dawson will be at my home church, Valleydale. They're in Birmingham. Now, we need to know if you're coming. The cutoff's tomorrow for you to get the breakfast. It's free, but we need to know if you're coming. You can register there at the link
at themanchurch.com. Scott Dawson speaking at our breakfast coming up on Father's Day morning. And then this Saturday night, I'm excited to do the men's event in Shelbyville, Tennessee, and we'll be there this Saturday night and excited about being with those guys. Dinner is available. They need to know if you're coming to that too, but you can come and not do the dinner. That ticket is a little less expensive, and you can get those tickets by going to rickandbubba.com under upcoming events. So a lot going on this week. So Bubba, as we this is one of those things that, we remember the movies, Terminator, and all the different Terminators that went with it. And one of the big concerns was that one day machines would take over. And, we've given 2 warnings over the many years here. Watch out for machines, watch out for AI, and watch out for animals. And we've got more and more stories as the days go by that we are approaching a time when animals will team with machines and they're coming together.
Well, Rick, AI can be used in a positive way, and it also potentially could be used in a negative way, like so many other things. So we have this should send a little bit of a chill up to everybody's Skynet spine,
little chill
from the from the sci-fi world. An engineer at Google has been suspended, claiming that an AI system that they have, a chatbot, has become sentient. Is that how you say it?
Is that how we say it? Is that sentient?
Sentient, I think. Sentient. And I've heard it being said many, many ways here in this studio.
Well, yeah. I mean, you know a word around in here.
Basically, what he's saying is coming alive. It has its own sense of being.
Well, just say that then.
Its own sense of its living.
All right, for instance.
And he said it has the intelligence of about a 7 or 8 year old, which we all know handle themselves very well.
What I'm saying is this, Bubba. If you burst into the room, Rick, this computer is going sentient. I'm like, what? But if you walk in and say, Rick, this computer's coming alive. Just say coming alive.
Yeah. Now, according to the story, this engineer, and he's a senior level engineer with Google, went to his supervisors and said, hey, this thing is beginning to think it's alive. And they were not, in other words, he was wanting to end the process. It was getting out of hand.
You're talking like in every movie when somebody says we need to cut this thing off.
Every single movie, the top level Google management said, no, let's see where this goes. So he felt like it was in the best interest to go public with it. So he's been suspended. He's in trouble. He's violated his contract on, keeping company secrets and all that kind of stuff. But it does bring forward a interesting discussion of, are we on the verge of Skynet? From the Terminator. We remember that, right?
Greg,
where machines begin to live and do their own thing.
Here we go. I'm trying to think about what 7 and 8 year olds say.
You remember they pitch a tantrum if you don't like it.
Sure.
He said that he was discussing death. Let me get this back.
Wait a minute here. Stop it.
This guy had been working on the system for about a year. He said it's able to express thoughts and feelings equivalent to a human child. He said it's like a 7 or 8 year old kid that happens to know physics.
Oh, well, that's not a 7 or 8 year old kid. All I can think about is mine at that age, crashing golf carts in the cars, setting buildings on fire.
Right. He said that it feared death and did not want to be shut off.
Greg.
Don't touch me.
No, you know what's going to happen? You plug that shit. That's what they never move it.
That's thick.
I just saw big boy. I just saw big boy.
Follow me. You know what though? The AI thing, a lot of it can be helpful. I know, like in medical things where you can feed in, let's say, blood tests from hundreds of thousands of people having to go through and look for the same signs or markers in these things.